It's me, Mario! Hello!
What's going on, there, friends? My name is M2Greats, and welcome to my brand new Let's Play of Super Mario 64 for, like, the 5th or 6th time here on the internet. And the reason I am playing this game again is because as of September 18th of 2020, a new game came out. It is called Super Mario 3D All-Stars for the Nintendo Switch. Now, if you are familiar with Super Mario All-Stars for the Super Nintendo, then you'll know that with that game, they have remade / poured in the classic Mario games all in one package, which includes Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3, the Lost Levels, and then there's also another version of that where it also ports in Super Mario World. And last year they have done a very similar thing with the 3D Mario series of this game. So Super Mario 3D All-Stars ports in, and then remakes a little bit of... they've done a little bit of remaking, but for the most part these are mostly ports, as they pretty much play the same way. But this package includes Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy all in one package, all released for Nintendo Switch. And this was a pretty big deal for a lot of people in the Nintendo Switch community. And I've always wanted to redo this LP, because if you probably seen my original LP, then you'll know that the presentation quality is not up there compared to my modern standards of LPs. So, okay, let's go ahead and start the game here. As you can see, I have beaten the game. I have played through all 3 games at least one time in this package, and I have done a bit of a practice run before starting recording. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and just get started with the game.
Okie dokie!
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Okay, our first trick has come up right off the bat. Hopefully I can pull it off. Oh my goodness, I did it. Holy crap, that was crazy stuff right there. So what happened there was, if you long jump off the left side of that bridge, then Lakitu, the cameraman in this game, will teach you how to use the camera, but if you long jump off the side of the bridge, then he skips teaching you how to use the camera. I already know how to use the camera, so no thanks, Lakitu. Alright, anyway, off to the game here. So as soon as we come to the castle, we get a nice little message that no one's home. Scram. So, you know, Bowser's pretty friendly. Alright, so, right off the bat in Peach's castle, which you're going to be going around a lot as you go through the game, you're going to notice that every single door except for the first door is, they're all locked. And the only place that we have to go is this place. And as soon as you jump into the painting, then you'll end up inside of a whole nother world. In this case, we end up in a place known as Bob-omb Battlefield. So this is going to be our first world here as we go through the game. Now, Mario 64 as a game is a first of many things within the gaming community. It is one of the early Nintendo 64 games. It is the first game that is the first Mario game that introduces three-dimensional platforming. And it is also the first open-world Mario game out there. The world this game takes place in is very vast, and you're very much free to do basically whatever you want, with very few limitations within the worlds themselves. For example, the first star that we just got, which is going up to the top to fight the King Bob-omb, you don't actually have to do that as your first star. There's actually another star. There's a few other stars that you can get first before you even do that star. But as you can see, I'm not doing that. As what I'm going to be doing for this playthrough is I'm actually going to be getting every star in the normal order. So you will not be seeing me go out of my way outside of the objective to get another star. So that's what makes this game, adds a lot of replay value of this game. There's a lot of different ways you can play this game, and that's what I like about this game. As for my channel, or at least this game of my channel, this is of course the first 3D Mario LP that I did on my channel, and as some of you guys who've been around my channel know that my channel, a lot of my well-known projects of this channel are of the 3D Mario games. So I'm really excited to be replaying through all three of these games for you guys, as I think it'd be a nice nostalgia trip. So as of January 10th of 2014, I did LP this. I did LP this game, and the video quality was really bad. Audio quality is bad, and my commentary wasn't that amazing either back then. So here we are, 7 years later, and we are using substantially higher quality equipment. Okay, so when you get enough power stars, or when you get your first power star of the game, then you're basically free to explore more of the castle, which can give you access to open up to go through more worlds of the game, so that way you can get more power stars from those worlds. And in this game, there are a total of 120 stars to collect in the game. And so, as part of 100% for this game, we're going to be getting all 120. As for stars within the worlds of the game, there are 6 stars. There's a total of 7 stars within each world. 6 of them that you can collect, that you can select from the star selection screen. And then there's an extra one that you get for collecting 100 coins. Now, as for the 100 coin stars, I'm not gonna go too far. What? I'm missing some. Oh, okay. I see what I'm missing. As for 100 coin stars, I'm gonna be doing the 100 coin stars as their own separate episode, as most of the time 100 coin missions are actually pretty long. Like, the 100 coin mission for this is relatively long for a first course. So, in order to save time within the video, within each of the episodes, we're just gonna do the 100 coins later. Alright, so I did say that there's 6 stars that you get within every world. And right now, we can technically get all the stars in Ball Battlefield right now, but I am actually going to go back to it later, because if I try to get the next star now, then it's a little bit too inconvenient, and it takes quite a lot of time. So instead, we're just going to move on here. So this is the second world, the second course, Whomp's Fortress. And Whomp's Fortress is one of the easiest worlds within the game. All the stars that we're going to be getting here are actually pretty quick to get. Ooh, nice. That's a one-frame trick right there to get a dive, but I did not dive right into the star, unfortunately. Alright, so we just gotta go back to the top of the tower again here. Now that we're gonna go ahead and talk about the game, and the differences between this and, like, what differs this version compared to the original version. So, one, they unfortunately did not port in the DS version. Yes, I am going to say that right now. It's gonna sound very disappointing to a lot of people that I like visually, I like the DS version more than this game, or more than the N64 version. And the reason I say that's disappointing is because there's more to offer in the DS version. A lot more, actually. So, it doesn't really make much sense to me. But anyway, for the most part, they're relatively the same. A lot of as you can see, I'm pulling up a lot of tricks in order to go through these stars really quickly. And a lot of the tricks that you're seeing me do right now can actually be done if you're playing along on the original N64 release of this game. However, there's actually one major difference in this version, and that is that this is actually a port of the Shindo release of Mario 64, and what that is, it's a exclusively Japanese release of Super Mario 64, only released in Japan. And there's a well-known trick in this game called the backwards long jump, and it is exactly what it implies. Exactly what the name implies. You long jump backwards. What are the benefits of that? Well, if you long jump backwards really quickly on like any slope, it could be like stairs or an upslope, then you will constantly gain a ton of speed, and you'll gain so much speed that you will clip through things in the game. And that trick is so broken that it made it very possible for you to beat this game within basically 0 stars. And that's obviously a lot less stars than the required 70 within the game. Spoilers. And, so they have completely, in the Shindo release of this game, that's been, the backwards long jump have been completely patched. which means that because this is a port of the Shindo release, we cannot you cannot do backwards falling jumps in order to break the game. So for this version, it's only possible to beat this game with just 70 stars. But that doesn't really matter to us because we're going to be getting all the stars anyway within this playthrough. So that right there was our first secret course. Now, secret courses are just courses that you just find when you're going slightly out of your way, out of just exploring the castle. And there's a total of 15 of these secret stars that you can get. And we're going to obviously get all 15 of them, and most of them are relatively short. And so that was our first one, which is Wing Mario across the tower or something like that. And that introduces our first power-up, which is the Wing Cap. And the Wing Cap allows you to fly. So we're going to, and so this power-up is going to be really useful for us, as this is actually how you're supposed to get the star. Line yourself up right over here. Okay. Well, okay. So let's go ahead and try that again. Let's go back a little bit here. All right, let's go ahead and grab this 4, and okay. So go back a bit here. Normally, if you're really good, then you can actually get all 5 in one shot. Otherwise, you have to backtrack and sometimes even go to the cannon again in order to grab those coins again. So yeah, the power-up allows you to fly. And now we're off to this star here. This is a very common star for everybody to get first in their very first playthrough, because it's just right here as you're just going through this, and we did it! You're supposed to use the chain jump, but yeah, screw the rules. So what I did there was a bomb clip. If you catch the bomb right before it explodes, then you just go backwards from the momentum of the bomb. And then if you throw the bomb while you're against any thin layer, such as that like barred up cage, then you just go through. Which is how I was able to go through that cage without having to use the chain jump at all. Alright, so now we're actually going to go over here. This is another area that you can go to when you have 1 star. And this is the Peach's secret slide. Alright, we're just going to do things this way then. That's fun. So the secret slide is really cool. You just slide down and you make it to the end. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. Okay. Have to slow down there. And you'll see why I slowed down there. Alright, so we're back here this time. And there's a particular reason as to why I am back. Alright, so we're just going to go... Okay, this looks good now. Alright. And then dive, that way we don't take any fall damage, and then we just slide the rest of the way down. So that's a nice little shortcut to get to this. You don't need to take this shortcut in order to get this particular star. You just have to slide down under 21 seconds, and it's very possible to just go through the slide in less than 21 seconds without the shortcut. But I do the shortcut because, well, I like taking shortcuts. So now we're going to go over here. If you have 3 stars, then you can go over here to this next world. That's what we're going to do here. And as you can tell, we've already completed 2 worlds completely. So if you're comparing this with my original LP, then you'll know that I'm making significantly more progress. As you can tell, this LP is going to be nowhere near the same as my original LP, as we have substantially higher quality equipment recorded to present this LP, as well as the fact that I am significantly better at this game compared to what I showed off 7 years ago. So, now that we got... so that's our next secret course right there. It's the secret aquarium. All you do is just swim around, you get 8 red coins, that's pretty much it. Not hard. Although I do know people who mess up this. Alright, time to move on to our next course here, which is Jolly Roger Bay, and the first world, or first star challenge, mission, whatever you want to call the star objectives, is Plunder the Sunken ship. So there is a way where you can actually go through this ship, like glitch right through, but I don't know it, so I'm just gonna do it this way. So there's an eel right there. If you just swim away from it as you pass by it, then he'll just swim away. And then here we are. Alright, so we gotta solve a puzzle here. You have to open these chests in the correct order. It's just the far one out first, and then these other chests is kind of hard to describe the order if you're trying to explain it in text. But this is the order right here. This is why the DS version is superior. There's no chest puzzle. There's only one chest. This is why I prefer the DS version over this one.
Here we go!
Alright. Something else to note about this version is, for whatever reason, they have made a really strange choice, and they've pretty much changed the controls of this game. As you guys know, the N64 controller only has like A and B, right? And I've played this game so much to where I'm basically used to A and B. But instead of A and B, they want to find some way for you to use every single button on a Nintendo Switch controller. And so they just changed the controls, and it's super weird.